Sonic Generations has always been my favorite 3D Sonic game. Celebrating 20 years of Sonic, it brought back iconic levels like Green Hill Zone and City Escape, with classic and modern Sonic gameplay. The Sega Genesis was before my time, but I got to experience the classic Sonic trilogy through Sonic Mega Collection on my PS2. And later entries like Sonic Adventure 2 became a defining part of my teenage years. Needless to say, Generations was a love letter to fans like me. And there's no better way to appease fans than with nostalgia. Just ask Nintendo. When Generations first launched back in 2011, I played it non-stop, nailing perfect jumps, chaining homing attacks, and boosting just at the right moments to take the most optimal route in each act. This was the golden age of the boost Sonic games, along Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors. While Sonic Colors got a re-release on modern consoles, I skipped it after seeing the lack of effort put into it. But when Sega announced a re-release of Generations, this time with a brand new expansion, Shadow Generations, I was skeptical at first, but glad to see genuine effort put into it. This re-release was my chance to relive one of my all-time favorite Sonic experiences, now with a fresh expansion. So just like I did years ago, I dove back in. But of course, I didn't just play it, I had to complete it, which brings us to today's video. Hello guys and welcome back to the KRYPT. Today we're tackling the burning question, is Sonic X Shadow Generations hard to 100% complete? Alright, so I'm dividing this video into two parts, Sonic Generations and Shadow Generations. Let's kick things off with Sonic Generations. What exactly does 100% completion look like here? Well, my 100% completion checklist looks like this, S ranking all acts, challenges, boss fights, and rival fights, and collecting all music, artwork, skills, and red star rings. And new to this re-release, finding all chows. Like many other 2D and 3D platformers, 100% completing Sonic Generations is simple in concept, but tough in practice. You'll start your journey by clearing acts, unlocking challenges, and facing rival and boss fights. This game is split into three eras, the classic era, the Dreamcast era, and the modern era. After completing the acts in an era, you unlock 5 challenges for each act, 30 challenges per era. Clearing a challenge lets you ring the bell above the portal, rewarding you with artwork or music. But I swear, chasing down some of those music notes is sometimes harder than the challenge itself. They sometimes quickly fly all over the place, and the awkward terrain doesn't help. You need only to complete one challenge per act to collect the boss key. But for practicality, I S-ranked every challenge before moving on. Each era also features a rival fight and a boss fight. Beating them earns you Chaos Emeralds for each fight respectively. In the first era, you face Metal Sonic as a rival and Death Egg as the boss. Both come with normal and hard modes, and like the challenges, I S-ranked both modes before moving on. I took this rinse and repeat process throughout the other eras until I finally faced the final boss, Time Eater. And honestly, that fight is pretty janky, especially in hard mode, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I saved the red rings and chows for last because I knew they'd be the most challenging. Collecting them often means optimizing jumps or using enemy bounces to reach tricky paths in each act. To make the grind easier, I use YouTube video guides. Shout out to Stickman Guides for the comprehensive chow and red ring location guide. With all the red rings and chows collected, that's Sonic Generations completed. So what's hard about completing Generations? Well, I must admit, most of the game isn't that hard to complete. But that's not to say it doesn't get frustrating. Oh no, I had plenty of frustrating moments. So let's dive into when those moments happened. Let's start with the Sonic Jank because no Sonic game is complete without it. Sega, in my opinion, has never perfected Sonic's controls and interactions with levels in their 3D games. In Generations, mechanics like wall running, momentum, and spring bounces work about 9 out of 10 times. But those 1 out of 10 times do happen. And when they do, it usually means getting killed or failing a challenge. A lot of the time, I felt cheated out of S-ranking a challenge or a boss fight because of this. What the hell's going on here? What the hell was that? Some freaking jank? What the hell is this? Oh. And it's just as soon as I lose the S rank. Wow, okay. This challenge sucks. What the hell was that? What? Oh my god, really? Jank, man. Freaking jank. Did I seriously just die? This is really freaking jank. What the f was that? Look at this shit. I felt like you were crack. Where most of your time goes is S-ranking challenges. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't want to have to come back to these challenges, so I S-ranked each one as I unlocked them. While most are straightforward, easy, and short, a few were seriously frustrating. This was mainly because of their dated design or how classic and modern Sonic controls. So in no particular order, here are the challenges I struggled with the most. One ring challenge. With only one ring, you must reach the goal within the time limit. Enemies and their projectiles are perfectly placed to get in your way. You can't afford to lose your one ring, so you must quickly deal with enemies while racing against the clock. Are you kidding me? Wow, this one kind of sucks. Oh my god, dude. Well, I got rid of the one ring. Did I just die? Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, come on. Make me have to do this level over again. And I lost the A rank. God damn it. I was right at the end too. Oh, I just did the same thing. This game has really stiff controls. No, I did not want to homing. Oh my god, this good. Fudge the challenge. What the Sonic? Like, this is really janky. I don't think this gameplay really aged that well. Okay, we got it. That was harder than expected. Jeez. High-speed hijinks. Enemies move and attack at double speed. Reaching the goal sounds simple, but enemies shoot you just before your homing attack lands. This completely throws off your rhythm and wastes time. Ah. I died. Ah. Did I not grab any rings? Come on. Oh my good god, come on. How is this guy able to shoot me before I even could hit him? Oh my god. Sonic Jank, come on. Oh my god, man, I can run into something else. Oh my good god, come on. Just get out of there. Okay, there we go, we got it that time. That was a bit janky, but we got through it. Rouge, the Temptress. Take out enemies using Rouge's love attack and reach the goal. Her attack is janky with imprecise aiming and short stun duration. Sometimes you won't daze all enemies, and with Modern Sonic's finicky homing attack, you might target the wrong enemies. It's worse at the end where you're required to clear the horde of enemies to reach the goal. Oh my god, come on. I've lost the freaking S challenge. This challenge sucks. It's jankiness, man. Okay, there we go, finally. Underwater challenge. If you hate underwater levels, you'll despise this challenge. Slow, sluggish movement, awkward fan placements, and a tight S rank time limit. It's a slow and sometimes frustrating experience. Did I just miss it, really? It's probably right at the end there. Oh my god, I'm just shy again, wow. Oh my god, dude, this is frustrating the hell out of me. I keep missing jumps. Ugh, screw this challenge, man. Oh, come on, Sonic. Okay, we got it that time. Holy crap, that was harder than I thought. Cream, Chow Hunt. Race against Cream to collect more Chow and reach the goal. Cream is surprisingly fast, often grabbing Chow right before you can. Quick reactions and precise movements are critical here for an S rank. Oh, you gotta get them before Cream does. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, let's try that over again. Holy crap. How do I keep up with Cream? Okay, this challenge might be surprisingly hard. Okay, we got it that time. Planet Wisp Act 2 Doppelganger Race. Most doppelganger races are easy and enjoyable if you know the stage well, but Planet Wisp has the longest acts in generations. To get an S rank, you must avoid hazards and find optimal routes to finish within 5 minutes. Much easier said than done. Oh my god, I missed the A rank, okay. Okay. With your powers combined, use elemental shields to reach the goal safely. Tight, precise jumps and awkward terrain makes this challenge a nightmare. Switching between shields while sometimes accidentally using those shields' ability and avoiding hazards is frustratingly tough. Jeez, okay. Are you kidding me? I just screwed up this challenge last second. Got it that time. Probably one of the harder challenges for sure. Rescue the animals 2. Save a set number of animals while avoiding bombs dropped by sprinklers. One of the few challenges that's tough in a mostly fair way. It requires good timing and optimizing movements to S rank. I don't know, to be honest. Are you kidding me? Ah, those 2 capsules I missed, I would have got the challenge again. I would have got the challenge beat. Oh my god, dude, this... Okay, we got it. With all the challenges out of the way, there are a few rival and boss fights I personally struggled with. First up is the hard mode fight against Metal Sonic. In this mode, Metal Sonic's attacks are noticeably faster, more frequent, and longer lasting, with much shorter windows of vulnerability. I also found it harder to catch up to him for an attack when he's vulnerable. While I didn't struggle with Metal Sonic too much, this hard mode fight is worth mentioning due to its difficulty. Next is the second to last boss fight, Egg Dragoon. This is where the game starts getting truly frustrating for me. One of the biggest problems with rival and boss fights in Sonic Generations is the lack of clarity on how to damage the boss, often leaving you stuck with a trial and error approach. Egg Dragoon is a prime example of this. In both normal and hard mode, it's not immediately clear how to close the distance and attack him. I'll be steadily boosting towards him, and sometimes I'll manage to get close enough for a homing attack on his core. But most of the time, I'd either fail to dodge one of his numerous attacks and lose myself some distance, or the fight will transition to 2D. At least in the 2D section, you're guaranteed a chance to damage the boss. On hard mode, Egg Dragoon's attacks are even more relentless, making it much harder to close the gap. His increased health also drags out an already long fight. It took me 3 minutes and 48 seconds to defeat him on normal mode, and 4.5 minutes on hard mode. That might not sound like a long time, but when most of the fight is just boosting to reach the boss, it feels like an eternity. He seems like he's probably the longest of all the bosses you gotta play on hard mode. It seems like he takes a lot more hits. Oh my god, dude, come on, I did the same thing I did before. I had the opportunity to hit him, but I didn't. Okay, I defeated him, okay. I didn't know you could defeat him that way. Finally, there's the last boss of the game, Time Eater. Many of the issues I had with Egg Dragoon are present here as well. The fight is essentially a constant boost towards the boss's core, but the slow progress of actually reaching him, coupled with the need to manage your dwindling rings, makes it a slog. On normal mode, the fight is a bit more forgiving, but on hard mode, Time Eater's transitions to 2D and its attack frequency are much higher. Making things worse, your movement is far from precise as Supersonic, with both classic and modern Sonic's controls being sluggish and imprecise. And here I thought going Supersonic would make Sonic move faster. These controls honestly make it difficult to dodge attacks or line up with rings. And if normal and hard mode weren't enough, there's an achievement that requires you to defeat Time Eater without taking damage. I played it safe to get this achievement, but the fight dragged on forever, taking me over 9 minutes to beat. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm even getting closer to him. Like, am I getting closer? There we go. Holy crap, that took forever. The final challenging part of achieving 100% completion in Sonic Generations was collecting all the red rings and chows. Going in, I thought this would be the hardest part, but I was only partially right. It wasn't hard, just tedious and frustrating at times. To make this process easier, I use online video guides. My routine was simple: watch the guide on my phone, collect the red ring or chow as I needed, then continuing watching the guide to find the next collectible. Rinse and repeat until I had them all. Thankfully, I had already picked up a few during my initial playthrough of each act, which slightly eased the grind. But even with that head start, it still took me a long time and came with its own frustrations. Let's start with Speed Highway Act 2. There's a deceptively easy to miss Chow hidden behind a rocket you're supposed to grab. Since the acts are designed not to be backtracked, missing a collectible means you're sometimes forced to replay the act. Luckily, when I accidentally grabbed the rocket, I could simply die and respawn at the checkpoint to try again. However, the same couldn't be said for the fourth red ring in this act. I didn't watch my guide all the way through and missed my chance to collect it in one run, forcing me to replay this entire act just to collect this one ring. Worse yet, grabbing it required a perfectly timed jump from a booster, which was tricky to nail. Ugh, I need the fourth one. No, I don't want that. Sonic! Stop it! Stop it! Oh my god, that. I just killed myself. Oh my god, how do you get that? It's tricky. What? Come on. What the f... Okay, there we go. We got it that time. CD Escape Act 1 presents its own struggle with a red ring that requires precise timing while skateboarding. I had to jump off a ramp to reach it, but timing that jump was surprisingly difficult. Even when I did time it correctly, I somehow managed to miss the ring, leading yet to another replay of this level. This kind of repetition is where the tedium really sets in. My plan is dead. Damn it. I screwed it up today. Yeah, I did. What? Are you kidding me? Did you see? What the? Oh my god, you guys see that? I just barely missed it. Screw this, man. Screw this thing. Okay, we got it that time. City Escape Act 2 wasn't much better. Like Act 1, I had to hit a ramp and perfectly line myself up to grab another red ring. This might sound simple, but even the slightest mistake meant replaying the beginning of this act. Oh my god, I missed the jump. Oh my god, I screwed that up again. Okay, that's hard to get. Jeez. Seaside Hill Act 2 was another headache. I had to replay this stage 3 times just to grab a particular red ring because I kept missing the route to reach it. For just a single collectible, this was way too much repetition. At this point in the stream, I was getting tired of the grind, and the usual Sonic jank just made it worse. What the fuck was... Oh my god, I can't with this game sometimes. But the tipping point came in Crisis City Act 2. Near the end of the level, there's a red ring you need to grab while dodging falling debris. Exhausted and frustrated, I hit almost every piece of debris on my way there, barely missing the ring. Of course, I had to replay this part yet again, and that was the moment I generally felt done with collecting these things. Are you fool? I missed the red ring. Okay, there we go. Done with Crisis City. Finally, after completing Sonic Generations, I moved on to Shadow Generations. And my god, what a welcome change of pace. Right away, I noticed that Shadow control is significantly different from both classic and modern Sonic. He moves and runs slower, but his maneuverability is much better. While the two Sonics sometimes feel stiff and awkward to control, Sega really nailed down Shadow's movement in this expansion. Playing through the acts and challenges at this more deliberate pace was genuinely enjoyable. So what is Shadow Generations? Well, much like Sonic Generations, it's a journey through Shadow's past, dating back to his first appearance in Sonic Adventure 2. The acts are inspired by iconic levels Shadow had skated through at one time in his games. The expansion even weaves itself seamlessly into Sonic Generations' story, giving more context to Shadow's rivalry with Sonic and explaining his absence at Sonic's birthday party. One of the best aspects of this expansion is its hub world. Unlike Sonic Generations' awkward 2D hub, Shadow Generations features a 3D hub that's much more open, packed with collectibles and short challenges to tackle. Navigating it feels intuitive and engaging, especially as you gradually unlock new Doom powers for Shadow, abilities that challenges make excellent use of. Just like Sonic Generations, 100% completion in Shadow Generations is straightforward but still requires a decent amount an effort. The difficulty noticeably ramps up near the end of the journey. My 100% checklist for Shadow Generations was extensive. It includes S-ranking all Doomwing and non-Doomwing stages, as well as all normal and hard challenges, and all normal and hard boss fights. For collectibles, I had to collect all collection keys, unlock all chests, gather all machine parts, and unlock all art, music, journal pages, and story summaries. As an optional challenge, I also chose to S-rank the Sonic 3 movie stage and its challenges while collecting all the stage's collectibles. It's quite the checklist, and in my opinion, it takes just as much effort, if not more, than Sonic Generations to 100% complete. Shadow Generations feels much more like a standalone game than just an expansion. Structurally, Shadow Generations is very similar to Sonic Generations. Except for Radical Highway, each stage has 2 acts, one in 3D and the other in 2D. Like my Sonic Generations playthrough, I aim to S-rank each stage as I unlock them, so I wouldn't have to revisit them later. And unlike Sonic Generations, dying doesn't prevent you from earning an S-rank, which eases the difficulty of achieving it. Also, instead of red rings, each act in Shadow Generations has 3 collection keys to find. To save time, I use Stickman guides to collect all collection keys on my first playthrough of each act, along with S-ranking the act, as I didn't want to repeat the red ring slog from Sonic Generations. Although Shadow Generations has fewer stages than Sonic Generations, what's here is still enjoyable to play. I'm not too familiar with Shadow's history in Sonic games, especially since some stages are pulled from future titles like Sonic Forces and Sonic Frontiers. Was Shadow even in Frontiers? I don't even know. After completing 2 stages, you unlock 2 challenges per act, 4 challenges per stage. This is fewer than Sonic Generations' 5 challenges per act, but they're far more enjoyable. No annoying races against Cream hunting for Chow. One noticeable difference for Sonic Generations is that each challenge in Shadow Generations also has 3 collection keys to collect. Because these challenges are short, I didn't need video guides to find them. They were mostly easy to spot. Only a few challenges required replays to find missing keys. I made it a habit to collect all keys, S-strike the challenge, and grab the music note collectible from ringing the bell before moving on. Once you collect enough boss keys, you can face the boss. The first one was Biolizard, and defeating him rewarded you with a new Doom ability, Doom Surf, which lets Shadow surf on water. These new Doom abilities are great because the later acts and challenges make great use of them, adding variety to gameplay. From there, the process continues. Unlock 2 new stages, complete the challenges, collect all keys, and face another boss, until you eventually take on the final boss, Double Doom. Between stages, you're free to explore the 3D hub world. You can unlock chests, shoot down journal pages, grab machine parts, and complete short tasks like collecting 100 rings within a time limit. I love distractions like this in games, as every time I turn a corner, I'd find something new to discover. So what's hard about completing Shadow Generations? Well, before even reaching the late game content, I hit a couple roadblocks. The first of which was in the hub world collecting a music note. Music notes travel along set paths, occasionally stopping at hard to reach spots. One in particular gave me trouble. It perched itself on top of a building, a spot I have accessed before to unlock a chest. But for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to get back up there. How do we get up there? It goes up there. How do I get over there? That's the question. How did I get over there before? I wonder. Is there a secret path way up here? I got up there because there's a chest unlocked there, so there must be a way up there. How did I get up there? Oh, right there, probably. No, that's not quite it. I don't know what to do here. Like, it's just, where the hell do I go from here? So this music note has me stumped. Oh, okay, a Doom enemy there. That's how you get it. While most normal challenges and stages were fairly easy to S-rank, there were a couple that were hard. First up was Aim and Fire with Chaos Spear Challenge. The goal is to break a set number of flying targets and reach the goal in time. I could never quite get used to aiming the Doom Spears, so the biggest challenge for me was aiming at the targets while constantly moving quick enough to get an S rank. Maybe quicker than that, jeez. Okay. Oh my god, you gotta be quicker than that. No, I still didn't get it. Okay, let's try again. Oh my god, how do you get this, man? This one challenge is freaking hard. How do you get down there in time? Oh, chaos control, okay. I did it too early. Yeah, I did it too early. Oh my god, seriously? I went too early again. When I reached Chaos Island Act 1, I ran into some trouble S-ranking the stage. In Shadow Generations, earning an S-rank is determined by your clear time. This means achieving it often requires taking the fastest, most efficient routes with precise movement. I thought I was quick and efficient, but I was surprised to only earn an A rank. Despite my confidence, this stage took me several attempts to finally secure an S rank. Whoa, what the hell was that? Oh, I get it now. Okay, I get it. When you let go is when you slingshot back up. Did I go the right way? Is it this way? Oh my god. No, why'd I do that? Come on, S rank, S rank. B rank! Oh my god, man, I gotta do this level again. I like Arthur Morgan. Shit, are you kidding me? That's a pretty daring jump, but I took it. Come on, S rank. Yeah, there we go. We got the S rank. Radical Highway is the final stage you unlock in Shadow Generations. Since it becomes available after acquiring Doom Wings, you're expected to use this ability during your initial playthrough. To my surprise, S-ranking Act 1 proved to be quite challenging. Got an S rank? Got a B rank. Okay, I'm gonna try to level again, but I'm trying to get an S rank here. Oh my god, dude. Why do I do that every time? I'm dumb. Impatient. Oh my god, dude. I don't know why I make simple mistakes like that. A rank! Oh my god, dude. I gotta do this level again. How come I keep getting A rank? Next rank, 27 seconds. My god. I keep missing the A rank on this. Are you kidding me? Okay, now we got an S rank. Thank God. Although I didn't mention it before Radical Highway Act 1, Doomgate is also activated before unlocking that stage. Doomgate essentially serves as the game's hard mode, unlocking hard versions of bosses, challenges, and tasks within the hub world. And because we also got the Doom Wings, each stage introduces a new clear time specifically for the Doom Wings. At first, I debated whether to bother to get these since there is no achievement tied to S ranking them. But since this is a 100% completion video, I decided to take on the challenge. Doom Wings add a new layer to S ranking these stages by allowing you to bypass sections of them. But it also tightens the clear time requirements, making precision even more critical. Despite the added challenge, most Doomwing stages felt redundant since I've already S-ranked their normal versions and S-ranked most of the Doomwing versions my first attempt. But a couple Doomwing and normal variations stood out as genuinely difficult, pushing me to perfect my movement and optimize my use of Doomwings to secure the S-rank. Chaos Island Act 1 made a comeback here, but this time with its Doomwing version, which proved even more challenging to S-rank than the normal version. After a few failed attempts, I gave serious thought to which sections I could strategically skip using the Doom Wings. Although you need to complete the Doom Wing versions of both acts of Radical Highway to access the final boss, the normal versions are still there, and Act 2 was an absolute nightmare to S-rank. I must have tried countless times, but no matter what I did, I just couldn't secure that S-rank. Frustrated and exhausted from streaming, I finally gave in and looked up an online guide. And my god, Sega did not hold back with the S-rank time for this stage. Watching the guide, I realized I need to use near-perfect speedrunning tactics, skipping sections and optimizing my movement with extreme precision in this hard stage. Without that guide, I would have never managed it. "38 seconds, man. How fast do you have to be in this level, man?" Oh my god, dude. How the f are you supposed to do this stage, man? This doesn't seem fair. It don't make any sense. Are you f kidding me? Are you f kidding me, man? 29 seconds, man. What am I missing? Are you f kidding me? Oh my good god, man. Holy crap, we got it. There we go, S rank. Holy crap.
crap, man, that took forever. It was like an hour on that one freaking stage.
Just like in Sonic Generations, there's an achievement in Shadow Generations for defeating the final boss without taking a hit. But unlike Sonic Generations, where earning a similar achievement was just a matter of patience, here it's significantly more challenging. The final boss battle has two phases, Devil Doom and Neo Devil Doom. Both phases require you to make full use of Shadow's Doom abilities to dodge an onslaught of hazards. But the real kicker is that a single hit means restarting from the beginning. This achievement wasn't just about staying alive, it demanded excellent execution. It took me several attempts to finally earn it, along with the S rank.
This is not working, and I'm not doing it fast enough, to be honest. I wasn't confident in that run. Oh my god, I took a hit. Like, I couldn't move on the fucking spring. Come on. That felt really cheap. No, I missed that. God damn it. No, I took a hit. Come on. Oh, come on, dude. I was doing so well that run too. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I got hit just there and then. Oh, I gotta do this fight over again. Oh my god, come on with this crap, man. This is driving me nuts. Okay, back up to the point where we were before. I just can't get hit. This is a lot harder to do because there's multiple phases for this fight. Did I get it? Untouchable, we got it. We freaking got it. There we go, there's the S rank.
As I mentioned earlier, Doomgate unlocked hard mode versions of the boss fights. While there are only 3 hard mode boss fights to tackle, they are surprisingly difficult. But to keep this video from getting too long, I'll focus on the toughest of them all, Metal Overlord. I was genuinely surprised just how challenging it was to earn an S rank for this fight. The battle itself has you launching debris at Metal Overlord and using ramps to reach his weak point and deal damage. Once his health is reduced to half, the second phase of the fight begins. But to secure an S rank, you must optimize every attack, hitting him with debris and striking his core quickly enough to trigger the phase change before he begins his tail attack sequence. The window for this is shockingly tight, making it a high stakes, high skill challenge unlike any other boss in the game.
I think I could beat him before he does that tail whip thing. Oh my god, dude, come on. I'm trying to S rank this hard mode boss fight and it's freaking hard. I got an A rank and I thought I did better than that, but I guess I didn't. Before he does the tail whip thing, I could like actually kill him. Or get him down to half health, sorry. Yeah, like that. That's how you could do a lot quicker. A rank, oh my, I had 3 seconds. Look at that, oh my good god, man. I gotta do this fight again. Talk about a hard S rank. This gotta be the hardest boss to S rank on hard mode. No, I didn't skip the phase. You gotta do so much damage before, and you skip the phase. Okay, there we go. Look, you can get him down to half health before he does the tail whip attack. Yes, there we go, S rank. Holy crap, that took way longer than expected.
And finally, we come to the collectibles. I actually tackled this before going for the S ranks on the Doomwing versions of stages and hard mode boss fights, but I thought it made sense to save it here for last, as it truly felt like the final challenging part of Shadow Generations. Throughout my playthrough, I couldn't resist exploring the hub world whenever I spotted a chest or a machine part. By the time I reached the late game, I had already unlocked most of the chests and collected most of the machine parts. I started by hunting down the remaining chests. To make this easier, I used an image of a completed map and compared it with mine to quickly spot the missing chests. With the Doomwings ability, reaching them was a breeze, but the machine parts were a different story. Since they aren't marked on the map, I had to rely on Stickman guides once again. I carefully followed his guide, visiting each location where a machine part could be found, eventually collecting them all. Finally, I had to complete the harder versions of the hub world tasks to get the remaining collectibles. Most of these were straightforward, but the toughest were the clock collecting tasks because of how far each clock is from each other. But with those tasks out of the way, Shadow Generations was finally complete. So is Sonic X Shadow Generations hard to 100% complete? Well, kind of. Aside from a few frustrating parts in both Sonic and Shadow Generations, the journey was mostly enjoyable. Sonic Generations has aged decently, but it's clear Sega left it largely untouched for this re-release. Unfortunately, that means they missed the opportunity to fix or tweak several issues. Both Sonics can feel stiff and awkward to control at times, and the infamous Sonic Jank is alive and very well, especially in some of the challenges, like the Rouge challenge. These problems made me feel cheated out of S ranks. I generally believe that Sonic Generations could have benefited from updating some of the outdated challenge designs. After all, that's where you'd be spending most of your time 100% completing the game. And having to beat an entire stage just to keep collected red rings or chows is an outdated design choice that adds a lot of unnecessary repetition. On the other hand, Shadow Generations is where Sega's focus clearly was. This expansion, arguably a standalone game, adds so much more to the package. Shadow's refined movement, well-designed stages, and an engaging open hub world makes it a standout experience. Controlling Shadow and exploring the hub was generally fun, and it's where I found the most enjoyment in my completionist journey. Of course, Shadow Generations also ramps up the difficulty, especially with some hard mode boss fights and the hard S rank times for some stages. I generally think the difficulty could have been dialed down a bit, particularly for Radical Highway Act 2 S rank time. But looking at both Sonic and Shadow Generations, I feel like Shadow's late game difficulty was Sega's attempt to balance out Sonic Generations' relatively forgiving challenge. And honestly, I could appreciate that. Hey, thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. This video took a lot longer than expected to finish. I really tried to get it out faster than my previous Astrobot video, but with 9 live streams of my 100% playthrough, one of which lasted almost 5 hours, it was a massive undertaking for me. So if you enjoyed the video or want to catch one of my live streams, make sure to subscribe down below. I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers to get monetized on YouTube, and your support would mean a lot. But also leave a like and drop a comment telling me which games you'd like me to play next. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.